Hey, Hykiri Nation. Welcome to episode 70 of Wrestling Hykiri. Let's jump right into it. Let's talk about Ciampa. I don't understand how WWE moves Ciampa from NXT to Monday Night Raw, take away his first name, and then constantly putting him in these matches with great superstars. He has great matches, but he always loses. Ciampa's legit a champion easily. You're wasting talent by keeping him on this losing streak. This week he didn't even get a televised entrance. He was just there in the match. The champion deserves better. I don't understand why we're doing this, but WWE needs to put more focus point on the champion because he's already a star. And it's just make it easier. Make him into a bigger star. Then get up, WWE. Moving on, we got the new debut of Giovanni Vinci on NXT. Uh, this is a really weird gimmick. But the gimmick was okay until his entrance. And we got these weird freeze frame selfies going on, and I'm not really sure what we're going on with. I don't know why they moved him away from Imperium, Fabian Archer, and into this gimmick. I think the gimmick can work. They're given time, but they need to cheese off the really bad entrance. Maybe more pyros, or camera effects, and less selfies. Leave the selfie taking to Austin Theory, who's just Theory now. Next, we got Cameron Grimes looking to push his way into a main event match with Braun Breaker. I'm liking this. I'm liking a more serious Cameron Grimes that's showing that he's not just a joke as a wrestler, but that he can push in a serious gimmick and a serious feud while maintaining good support from the crowd. I see Cameron Grimes having a good push with this gimmick if they keep the seriousness of it. Would it be enough for him to overcome Braun? I give it 50-50 right now because I'm not sure what we're doing with Braun after Joe Gacy, especially right now with everything that's getting mixed up with WWE. So we shall see. Over in AEW, we had Jeff Hardy once again getting arrested for a DUI. Uh, if you ever follow Jeff Hardy's career, you know he has a lot of problems with alcohol. And this is just another example of that. He's been given chance and chance and chance after chance after chance. And the same thing repeats in AEW, or likely have the same result that WWE has had twice and that TNA has had. So I don't see Jeff Hardy doing anything different here. I wish he would because he's such a talented wrestler and entertainer, but he just has too many demons to fight in his career, I think. In order to get past this, he really has to change his lifestyle I know it's hard, but if he wants to keep wrestling, he's going to have to. But he didn't only mess up his own career with this. If you take a look at AEW in the main event with Jurassic Express against the Young Bucks in the ladder match, you can tell this was supposed to be something to do with the Hardys. And because of Jeff, it just isn't meant to be now. So it's just an example of what one brother could do to mess things up for others. And while the match was solid, I don't know if I want to put the Young Bucks over, but because Jurassic Express has a really good tag team. The heel turn by Christian was crazy expected. I don't know where that's going, but I'm not looking forward to it. AEW could do better in a Christian heel turn. That's gonna maybe have two matches from it, so I don't see much from that. But Jurassic Express deserved better booking. And SmackDown, we have Roman Reigns going up against Riddle. That was a great match. Very entertaining match. Very fun, very good throughout the match. Very long. You know, the promos were good. The ending was great. Roman Reigns kicking out at the last possible second for Riddle's OKO was perfectly timed. It literally was perfect. You can't get much better of a finisher kick out than that. Which just goes to prove why Roman Reigns is and deserves to be the frontliner for everything on WWE. The big surprise, however, came at the end of the match with Brock Lesnar's return. What does this mean for the Roman Reigns and his title reigns? I'm not too sure. Did Brock return because of Roman getting a shorter schedule now, or did Brock return because WWE feels like it's lacking main event? The star power with Cody Rhodes injured? I don't know about that. But what I do know is there are a lot more opponents that could have came around to face Roman Reigns other than Brock Lesnar. This is obviously going to be a match set for SummerSlam and not before then. Will Roman lose? I don't see Brock losing three peats to Roman Reigns. That's a hard sell. I mean, he's the beast. And if you have him lose to Roman three times in a row, that's a really, really hard sell. But if you do have Roman lose, what it means for WrestleMania, it's a match with The Rock now off the table, or, just the return of Brock Lesnar not only brings back a lot of questions, but a lot of uncertainties of what's going to be up for wrestling. And with Roman Reigns, and with the top guys. I think we'll have more info on that in the next couple of weeks, especially with all the shakeup in WWE right now. Which brings me to Vince. I know for years and years, wrestling fans have been wanting Vince McMahon to leave WWE, to give it up to Triple H, or Stephanie McMahon, or even Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon ain't happening, since he was recently fired publicly by Vince for real, not part of a storyline. So, but I think Well, Vince may not be as in tune with the product that is sports entertainment as he should be right now. And he still has that late, late, late 80s, early 90s mindsets for talent and what a champion is. Uh, I don't think that's cause for fans to be so ungrateful and resentful as to what this man did to bring them wrestling. You have to remember, Vince changed this industry so much that I think if it wasn't for Vince, you wouldn't have weekly wrestling on television. You wouldn't have wrestling shows streamed across the internet. You wouldn't have all these merchandise things to buy and all these sold out stadiums if it wasn't for Vince. I think people are very ungrateful as to what Vince did for the industry. And not just the fans, but wrestlers as well. I think a lot of wrestlers are ungrateful for that. And despite whatever happened with Vince to relieve him of his duties as chairman of WWE, I don't think he deserves the hate and feedback of negativity that all the fans are giving him on social media. And if you think this is going to bring back Naomi and Sasha in WWE, I highly doubt that. I don't see Stephanie rehiring women that walked out on the job after Steph because Stephanie is a very bold woman and always puts the job first. So having somebody she put forward as a star in her company, even though she's in charge now, she did this to help the women revolution. And I don't think I don't see her hiring Sasha or Naomi back because it would look bad on her as, a big, strong woman trying to make stars out of women's wrestling. And her rehiring Sasha and Naomi, even though she runs the company now, would make that look bad. To rehire somebody that walked out because they didn't get their way. So if everybody's happy that Vince is going to think that it's going to bring them back, I'm pretty sure you're wrong. But I think Vince should be should be thanked by the fans for everything he's done instead of receive all the hate that people are giving him now. It just isn't cool. Anyway, guys, that's all we have for this week. Hopefully, next week we'll find out more about Rock versus Roman. But until then, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the content, subscribe to the YouTube or follow me live on Twitch to see anything live. Bye, everybody.